Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm reacting to Cluppo Voice. Cluppo is a member of the band Band-maid, which is a Japanese, I'm going to call them like a heavy metal band because that's kind of what they are. They're kind of an everything rock band, hard rock, metal, punk, kind of just everything. But the Maniacs are their fans, and I think Band-maid's going to come to North America this year, I think, in kind of related fan bases, but overlapping, but not completely overlapping. Venn diagram. The Warning, who's the Mexican sister band of Three Sisters, they are going to play at Bottle Rock in a few weeks, and I'm going, and I get to see The Warning live. And Band-maid has collaborated with The Warning, and that's the only reason I bring it up, because they might have a collab at some point in America, and that'd be really cool. So this will be my last reaction for this live stream, for those who are watching now. Okay, and then the people who watch this on replay, like if you love Cluppo, give it a like, drop a comment, and let me know what else I should know about these wonderful musicians from Japan. I love it. I like the words are great. As I showed the translation, it's a really good breakup song. It has a lot of angst. I like the combination of the rock instruments, and then they also make it sound it's so well mixed. Like the recording engineers on this just did such a good job on being like really precise on their mixing. Like it just has a very clean mix, and then they put in a lot of good effects. There's some like synthy stuff kind of added in, and guitar effects, bass effects, but I think there's some cool synthy electronic instruments, which just gives it a modern feel versus kind of a punk rock song from like 20 years ago. It has a very modern sound, like 2020s, you know, like, and I think that's good because we need new rock music. We can't just let the genre die. Her voice is good, and again, it has like the angst is appropriate, and I think the concept of the breakup song is nice. You know, it seemed so far away. Before I knew it, I met my husband, but then we parted ways. I got used to it being sunny after the rain, but then it's like, you know, I want to start. I don't want to blame anyone. Don't you want to say it yet? Don't say that. Nothing matters. You know, your voice is yours. I won't take it away. It's about the dynamics of a relationship breaking down, but she still wants to make it work. But they're not willing. He's maybe not willing to apologize, or she's not willing to accept the follow. It's like there's something angsty, maybe abusive in this relationship. I don't know. But for whatever reason, there's a lot of passion between these people. But the relationship fell apart for whatever reason. So that's why I think it's a good song, and I think it represents the words. You know, I don't understand Japanese, but then some of the words were English actually, which is interesting. They use a few English sentences, like "We are here, rise up, move your fate." I always wonder, you know, don't you want to say it yet? Say no. The ones that are put in English, I feel like that's very purposeful. It's certain words phrases that they emphasize. So I think that's cool. But it was nice to have the translation. I think it's really necessary, especially in this kind of song where it's a repetitive verse-based song, verse, chorus, bridge, verse, chorus, or whatever. So if you don't know the words, you're kind of like, what is this? Not like that other song that we listened to today, the artsy one from the Velvet Underground lady, that you could tell what it was about without listening to the words. This song, you wouldn't really know what it was about without knowing the words. You would assume that she's kind of pissed off. You can tell that she's mad, but you're not really sure why. But then you get a lot more context with these lyrics. So I think it's important to pull up translations. Google did that for me, which was great. So yay, because I hate all the websites that have lyrics. They have all these ads embedded, and when Google can just pull it up, I'm like, yes, it's a win for the day. So I don't think that's the same Cluppo song I heard before, because I think I like this one more than the last Cluppo song. So this will go on the Cluppo playlist. This will go on the band-maid playlist. Yeah, I've been stuck in the 70s for so long. I didn't mean to leave behind the warning or anything like that. It's just that I wanted to just see them live, and that's my next thing. And so when I go to the show, I will review it, and I'll talk about the experience and the set list and everything I liked. And I think that will be the best way to respect the warning, for example. And I would love to do the same with band-maid. You know, I am a live music person. You guys know that if you follow my journey and like going to Phish shows and other local shows that I go to. Live music is really what I love the most. I love dancing. And then when I can't go to shows, I get to do this channel. It's a little piece of live music without being live. But really the goal is if I can hear a band live while they're still playing, you got to. Especially when you think about the bands people who've died, people that are no longer with us. The thing I learned from following the Grateful Dead last summer, I did this whole Grateful Dead series. I probably have like 60 Grateful Dead videos, and now I'm in a Grateful Dead band. What did I learn from that? I learned that time is precious. When Jerry died, it was like a really upsetting thing. He left behind this big legacy. The band, reformed in different ways. But without Jerry, it was never the same Grateful Dead, okay? But then even just me getting to see Dead and Company with Bob Weir, even though he was really old and sick, which we didn't know he was sick yet, but he was just getting old, and knowing it's probably the last time they're performing. And then, of course, a few months later, Bob Weir died. And that was a bit emotional for me. I mean, I made this video where I was crying about Bob Weir, and I read the article, I pulled up my phone, I recorded it. I started bursting into tears. They have us faking it. I'm like, no. It's kind of emotional to think like I happened to go through this Grateful Dead phase because GD60 and I just wanted to learn about them. And then because I caught it at the tail end and decided to just, bite the bullet and just go to this concert, this 3-day event. And because I did that, I got to see Bob Weir one last time before he died. But if I hadn't gone through that and been like, whatever, who cares about this band? Or I wouldn't have gone. So I'm just saying it's really important to see bands while they're still performing because they break up all the time. There's always internal politics, especially for like female bands. I feel like don't they want to have a baby at some point? Maybe some of them, like they might have a baby, take maternity leave. They might take time off to get married. I don't know. So it's like while these bands are performing, not to be sexist, by the way, like I know people are always like, how could you be so sexist, Erica? It's like, well, it's just kind of facts that like most men don't really take off time to be pregnant and have a baby. And if they do have a baby, not all of them take their paternity leave. They kind of go back to work, and that's kind of normalized. And some dads do. Okay, the ones that take off their 6-month leave from their tech company, good for them. I'm not saying that they don't, but I think a lot of male musicians, they got to make money on the road, so they're not going to just like go, oh, I had a baby, so I'll just like quit. They're like, oh, I have a wife at home to take care of the baby. But if you are the woman, what are you going to do? I mean, I guess you can get a nanny or hope that you have a husband who is very supportive, but it's harder. So I just think that's just a fact. That's like a biological fact. It's not trying to be like, women can do whatever men can do. It's like, well, we can't. You know what I mean? We can do a lot, but you have to physically carry a baby. I've had 2 babies. I've had 2 pregnancies. I could tell you, it's a disability. I did not realize how disabled I was going to be until I was pregnant. And I was only 25 when I was pregnant. I was so young. And it's like, I still was like, I didn't realize I was not gonna be able to like walk upstairs and like struggle to get out of bed. And like your heart rate's high all the time. When you're pregnant, your heart rate's high as if you're running, but just when you're sitting. And then when you walk upstairs, you're like winded. I was like, oh my God, this is like really terrible. And you have to sleep a lot. Like you have to sleep like 12 hours a night. You're so tired. It's literally a disability. I didn't know. I thought you could just like, just be pregnant. Well, oh, it's so wonderful, whatever. No, it's terrible. So anyway, I just think you just have to, that's just the reality of life. And women are amazing because they literally create life.